Hi, I'm the jewelry nurse. I'm going to do my very first jewelry unjarring today. I bought this one at the Goodwill. I paid $15.25 for it. And I picked this one because it has a lot of faceted beads in it. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, the difference between a glass bead and a crystal bead when it comes to faceted beads. The difference between them is crystal has a lead content and glass does not. Glass is mostly silica. And the content, the percentage of the lead determines the value usually of a crystal like Swarovski. They use 30%. They use more than any other crystal maker. But anything between 1% and 30% can be considered crystal if it has lead in it. The one big way to tell with dinnerware is you can hear that ring on crystal, which is glass. It's more of a thud, but with crystal beads it's a little more complicated. Okay, so this is an example of a glass bead. As you can see, the hole around the bead is a little bit rounded, and if I move it around, trying to keep it on camera, you can see the facets are smooth on the edges. They're kind of rounded. It doesn't have a crisp edge. Also, another thing with the crystal bead is it won't scratch as easy as a glass will. And this is an example of a plastic bead. It has a flat opening, and that is the biggest difference between the glass and crystal. Is glass usually has a rounded, and plastic usually has a flat, and glass usually has a rounded hole. And you can also do that teeth thing where you bang it against your teeth, but I don't recommend that. With a stone bead, something made out of some sort of semi-precious gemstone, the opening is usually more flat like a plastic bead. Sometimes they'll be chipping around the edge. If you really magnify it, you might see that where they drilled the hole. But the biggest way to tell the difference between plastic and glass is the weight. Usually glass will be a little bit heavier than the plastic, and also glass will be colder. If you touch it to your cheek, it'll be colder. Okay, this is an example of a faceted glass bead. If you look at the facets on this one, they are rounded on the edges. It doesn't have a clean, crisp edge. And if I kind of roll it around, you'll see that you don't get the prism that you get from a crystal. It's not going to catch the light like a crystal does. It's more dull. And this is a crystal bead. If you take a look at the facets on that, you can see the edges are crisper, finer. Comes to a point, it's not rounded. And if I move it around a little bit, you can see it catches the light. You get sort of like a rainbow prism. It picks up different colors. And I'll show you next to the glass bead. You can see it doesn't catch the light like the crystal bead does. Okay, I've had this jar for about a week and I've been dying to cut into it, but I saved it just for you guys. I mean, what woman doesn't love jewelry, right? So it's been really tempting, but I waited. I do have my tricks of the trade with me. I got my scissors, I've got a magnifying glass, and I have the mother of all magnets. Check this out. If it doesn't stick to that, then it probably is not silver or gold. Probably is silver or gold. Okay, so let me tear into this. Okay, so I have a silver necklace here. It looks like some kind of little treasure box. It's kind of heavy. It says on the bottom that it is from Treasures and Trinkets. And it looks like a little charm of some kind, like maybe has angels on it. Oh, look, very cool. It has little charms inside. They look like little angels. That's pretty cool. I don't think that it is silver, though. I think it is plated, maybe, but it does not appear to be silver. Costume jewelry, but very well made. Has a toggle hook. Yep, definitely not silver. But very nicely made, though. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, so that's kind of cool. This is a glass earring. It looks like it has a silver hook. It's tarnished, so I think that is silver. Yeah, it doesn't stick. But it is made of glass, so that is pretty nice. It'd be nice if it was a Lalique, but it's not marked, so I don't think it's Lalique. I'm going to put that over there in my single jewelry container. Next, I have a, looks like a, just a gold hoop. It doesn't have any markings on it. It does look like it is for a, it's a clip-on, but it's unusual because I don't see very many hoops that are clip-on, so that's kind of cool. Hopefully the mate to that is in there. Next I have a, oh actually it's an earring. I thought it was a stick pin. Doesn't have any markings on it. Does have a rhinestone in it. It looks fairly well made. But that's kind of cute. It's a little bunny rabbit. And I guess the stone is supposed to be an egg. And that's two things hooked together here. I have a crystals earring, and this is actually real crystals. You can see from the way it catches the light that it is real crystals. There's no markings, so I don't know if it's silver. It doesn't stick to my magnet, so it may be silver. But hopefully we get the other one in there. And this is just a bracelet, but it's not stretchy. It actually has a clasp, has a magnetic clasp. I don't see any markings on it, no designer markings. But it does look like actual, I can tell from the number of facets, there are a lot of facets in the way it catches the light, that it is actually crystal. It's kind of pretty. Very well made. And this looks like a magnetite or bracelet. No, actually it's just a gunmetal. It looked like it was made out of stone, but it isn't. It's metal. And it actually does have a marking. It says Leah Sophia, so that's nice. Another clip-on earring. It's gold clip-on, very yellowish gold. And I'm pretty sure that is not, well, it doesn't have any markings on it. I'm pretty sure it's just gold tone. Nice though. Nicely made. Now that's kind of cute. Does not look like real pearls, but it's a cute earring. Doesn't stick, but I really don't think that's any kind of precious metal. It looks a little tarnished, so it could be, but it's kind of cute. Hopefully we have the mate. I'm putting all of my unmatched earrings over here in a jar. Next we have just a stretchy neck bracelet. Looks like giraffes. Cute for a little girl. And another stretchy bracelet. Silver beads. I think they're just silver tone. A lot of earrings in this batch. Hopefully the mates to these, that's kind of cute. This looks like it has just glass, actually some kind of stone beads on it. It's kind of cute. It's tarnished. It could possibly be silver, but there are no markings. It's too small to put a marking, I think. But it does not stick to the magnet. It is very tarnished, so I'll clean that up and see later if that is tarnished. At some point I'll get a tester, gold and silver tester. This is really cute. Just another earring, and it looks like, can't tell if that pearl is real. It's very dirty, but it might be an actual real pearl. It's kind of misshapen and has a rough edge. But again, it's really tarnished, so it's hard to tell. I mean, there is no maker's mark on it. Cute though. A lot of tangling here. Okay, this is kind of cute. This is a silver ring with probably CZs or crystals. They look like maybe CZs. Let's see if it has anything interesting. Oh, another Sophia Leah. So that's nice. Doesn't stick. Guess that's another one I'll have to test. Doesn't say that it's sterling, so it probably isn't. It's probably just plated. But it is cute. I would wear it. And this one looks like it's seen its better days. Just a bracelet, love, faith, hope. Missing a couple of rhinestones. So nothing special here. Oh, it does have a marking on it. Oh, another Leah Sophia. Somebody must have cleaned out their Leah Sophia collection. But I guess if you restrung it, it would be wearable. Somebody might like it. More stretchy. Another stretchy bracelet. No markings on this one. I can see the copper coming through on this one, so it looks like it is plated copper. Be still and know that I am God. And it has a Bible verse, too small to read. Okay, another bracelet. I can tell by the facets on this one. Has a toggle opening, closure I mean, and it does not have any markings, but I can tell by these beads that they are glass. They're not crystal. I'm sure those are fake pearls. It's kind of cool that it has little faux pearls on the ends of the toggle. Kind of fancy. It is very well made. The beads though, the facets are really smooth on the edges, so that is definitely glass. I don't know if you can see that. You can zoom in there for me. My son is filming for me, by the way. He's pretty good at it, but we will get better as we go. This is my first ever YouTube video, so bear with us on the camera work. We'll get there. Okay, I saw this when I was looking at the jar in the store, and I was hoping that it was Heidi Daws, but I don't think it's Heidi Daws. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen Heidi Daws. It's pretty though. It's missing a couple of rhinestones which could be replaced. Heidi Daws does a lot of brass jewelry. Her stuff is very expensive, costume jewelry, but it's very well made. It does have a nice clip on it, but something is stuck in there. Can't tell what that is. No, I think it's a piece of another bracelet. There is a marking inside. Figure out how to get it open here. Oh, I guess that's attached to it. It must have been a pendant or a bracelet or a brooch. I can't tell what that says, but I'll check it out more later. But that is pretty. Very pretty. Just need to have some replacement on the stones. Okay, next I have a poodle brooch, total rhinestones. Looks like all the rhinestones are there. It looks pretty well made. It's a poodle, and it does have a marking. Let's see if I can read it. It says, it looks like Kuo, Kuo. Not familiar with that brand, but it does look like a pretty well made Pretty well made piece of costume jewelry. And the earring, the match to that clip-on hoop. Like I said, very unusual. I don't see very many hoops that are clip-ons, but that's nice. There's a pair of those. And I have the pair to that glass, which I wish was Lalique. Wouldn't that be nice? But that is pretty. It's been a while since I've seen a lot of glass jewelry, but a few years ago glass pendants and stuff were really popular. And this is just a silver tone sweater buttons. You just put it at the top of your sweater. Well made, but no markings. Kind of cute. Okay, here's another earring. Looks like a glass bead, just a blue glass bead, and it has a wooden bead also, a couple of seed beads. It is no markings on it. It's not very heavy, it's kind of lightweight, and it has a fairly nice fastener though, so that's a nice earring. Hopefully we have the mate. I would probably wear that. And this looks like magnetite, I want to call it. What's that stone called? Can't remember off the top of my head. It's not magnetite, but it is magnetized. You can magnetize these. Not sticking to that, but this metal is sometimes magnetized. They use it a lot in medical jewelry, but there is no markings on that. It is maybe plated, but it is definitely not gold fastener. Kind of cute though. This one actually has some pretty cute earrings. They hooked me up at the Goodwill. And one more earring. This one is definitely silver. It's very tarnished, and it does have a little mark there. Looks like it might say 925, but I'm pretty sure that is silver. No maker's mark, but it does look like it says 925, and I'm pretty sure that's a faux pearl. It's pretty tarnished. Definitely needs to be cleaned up. Look how dirty my hands are getting already. Wow. Hopefully we have the mate to that, because I like little tiny earrings. I can't wear heavy earrings, so that works for me. This is an earring. I have no idea what that says. Something earth. I have no idea what that says, but it's from a company called LC. Pretty nicely made. The stick is a little wobbly, so that would need some repair, but kind of cute. Another earring. A lot of earrings. I hope I get the mates to all these. Oh, this is kind of cool. Another glass earring. Kind of similar type glass. And it is very tarnished, and it does look like a silver hook. There are no markings on it. So probably a silver plated. Probably not solid silver, but like I said, I'm going to get a tester. But it is a glass stone in there, so that's kind of cute. I would wear it. Okay, what do we got here? It is a starfish and an oyster and a fish earring. No markings, but it's pretty heavy. It's very well made. A little too heavy for me. I can't wear heavy earrings, but needs some cleaning up, but it's kind of cute. If you're on vacation at the beach, that would be the thing to wear. And the bunny, the other earrings, I have a pair there. Another earring. I think this is very tarnished. So it looks like it's not marked 925, so it's possibly plated. Well, it doesn't stick, but even plated jewelry, if it's plated with silver or gold, that will keep it from sticking to a magnet. But that could be silver. It looks like it could be. Sometimes silver is not always marked, but especially if it's like artisan. I do have some artisan pieces that were made that are one of a kind that are not marked. And here is the mate to the crystal earring that I showed you earlier. Little angel. So we are finding some mates. This is kind of cute. Glass beads, a little bit of shell beads on there, a little bit of everything on there actually, but mostly glass beads and pieces of shell. That's kind of cute. Looks like it's very tarnished. It looks like it might be copper, but that's kind of cute. I like that. It's not real heavy, so I could wear that. Oh, this is cute. Don't know what that marking's supposed to be, but it kind of reminds me of the silver jewelry that my stepfather used to bring home when he was stationed in Thailand. The silver that they use there sort of looks like their silver. It tarnishes really easy, but no markings. Little glass bead on the end. Okay, now I've got a tangled mess. I guess that's the thing about opening them. You have to deal with the tangle. It looks like I've just got a bunch of hair ties, little girls' hair ties, and yeah, that's probably going in the trash. I wouldn't want anybody else to put that in their hair. Another beaded bracelet. This one's got a very nice toggle clasp on it. It's tangled up here. But it is a nicely made. But it is definitely silver tone. Yeah, see that? Definitely silver tone. And these are definitely crystal beads. If you can look closely on them, you see how crisp the facets, and there are more facets then, and it catches the light, even though it's more of a solid, like a multicolor. They're very pretty. See if I can get, and it has a heart, kind of heavy, but no maker's mark. Bunch of chains here all stuck together. I'll put those aside and try and get that untangled here for you in a minute. Maybe if I undo this, it'll come up. Yep, there we go. I win. Okay, so looks like a big tangled mess right now. Let's see what I can detangle. Okay, another crystal. This looks like an anklet. It's too big for a for your wrist, or if you have a larger wrist. But it looks like it actually has, yeah, those are real cultured pearls. You can tell by the irregularities in the pearls. This is a gray pearls. And these are definitely faceted. You can see the way it picks up the light. And it has a lot of facets, so that's nice. It does look like an anklet though. I mean, that's what I would wear it for, is an ankle bracelet. Which I do like ankle bracelets, but I constantly break them. I think this is the mate to the other earring. So I am finding some mates now. And this looks like, this is definitely made of copper. This is actually solid copper. I can tell by the way it looks. And it's not real heavy, but it is solid copper. And in case anybody was wondering, yes, copper does stick to a magnet. And it has a faceted crystal bead. Very dirty, but as you can see from the, well, yeah, the facets are really sharp. Those are glass beads on the end though, but cute. I would wear that because it's lightweight, and I do like copper jewelry, so we'll see if we get the mate to that. We already saw that one. Very dirty. I don't know how those ended up so dirty, but very dirty. Okay, another earring looks very tarnished. This could possibly be silver. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't stick to the magnet. It doesn't have any markings, but it's either silver plated or solid silver. Okay, so I took a few minutes to untangle this necklace off camera, but this is just silver tone or gold tone. It's definitely not any kind of precious metal. It is does look like it's been around a while. It does look like it may be vintage, and it has plastic stones. They are faceted, but they're plastic, and it looks sort of like fake moonstone, but kind of pretty. We used to wear these things back in like the 1990s, sort of like that. And next I have a, this is plastic beads. It does look sort of like faux amber. It doesn't have any markings on it. Well, it does actually have a small marking right there. Can't actually see exactly what it says. It's really tiny, but it does look like it says 14K. I'll have to look at that better later. But it doesn't have a maker's mark on it, and those do look like they could be at least plated. The clasp is looks fairly high quality. And a mate to that other earring. I did try to clean that one up a little bit. Cleaned up some, but not a lot. But I do have a set now, so I did take out everything that I don't have a set to. So once I get a set, I'll drop it in my little jar there. And I have another one of those little, not sure, can't remember what these are called, but they're sweaters to clip your sweater together at the top. And it looks like another mate. We had one of these earlier. At least I thought we did. Okay, maybe not. This is very tarnished, and it looks like glass beads. They may actually be some kind of a stone. Yeah, they're little agates of some kind, like crystal agates. And no maker's mark. And it could possibly be sterling, but I don't know. We'll have to clean it up and see what it is once my testing kit comes in. Okay, and a watch. This is Cigny, C-E-I-G-N-Y. Doesn't look like it's running. It says stainless steel on the back, and let me think, I think it has, yeah, it just says stainless steel back, but it does look like it's fairly well made. It's not missing any rhinestones, so we'll get a battery for that and see if it works. It has like a G, so when I first saw that I thought it was gas, but it actually says C-E-I-G-Q-N-Y. And another matching earring for the ones with the blue stone and the wood beads. Those are kind of cute. I would wear those. And a necklace. This is kind of cool. No, it's a bracelet. It's a double bracelet. Remember when they were making these in like the early 2000s? Everybody was making these bracelets. It doesn't have any markings, but it is kind of nice. The beads are definitely crystals. You can see that they're nice clean edges, so it is crystals. I know when they were making these, they were using both precious metals and like gold tone and silver tone, so that one would have to be tested, but my guess it's just probably plated. But we'll test it. And here is just another, these are really lightweight, so I would probably wear this too. And it is not marked, but it is tarnished, and it's soldered. The loop is soldered, so it could possibly be stainless. It actually looks like it's probably a homemade artisan earring, and I think I might have had, no mate, but we'll keep an eye out for the mate. Okay, next I have, what is this? It looks like a necklace. A little tangled. Definitely sticking to my magnet, so it is definitely not a precious metal. No maker's marks. Definitely looks vintage. I'll have to untangle it. I guess it's supposed to be a choker, but it has a wood bead, and this actually looks like it's been sanded. yeah, these wood pieces look like they've been sanded, and it has a combination of glass and wooden beads. So that's kind of nice. Definitely looks vintage, like from the 80s, 90s maybe. A few seed beads, so kind of nice. And a mate to the other glass earring, and like I said, no maker's marks, but that does look like it might be artisan made. Again, I see some hand soldering there, so we'll have to test those later. And a necklace. This has some interesting beads on it. As you can see, it's sticking. These are kind of cool looking. They're made of glass, but they almost look like they're silver plated on the side. I mean gold plated on the side. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not an actual band, but it is in the stone. It has some shells on it that sort of look like a leopard print or something, but it does look vintage for sure. No clasp, no maker's mark. Tangle, tangle. Another necklace. This one has plastic faceted beads. No maker's mark. This one looks like somebody maybe made this one. Does look a little vintage though. Okay. This is definitely cheap costume jewelry. Very lightweight, no maker's mark. Yeah. And some more earrings. I think we already had this one, so I have another mate. Another mate to that one. And this one does actually look like it was probably artisan made. I know I had a mate to that somewhere. There it is. So another pair. So far it looks like I'm doing pretty good on pairs. And all of these will be listed at some point, and when I do get things listed, I will put a link to let you know where I'm listing any of this if you're interested. Okay, we have a charm bracelet. Missing a stone there. Has some enameling. This looks like somebody's travels, basically, and it does have a maker's mark. Let's see what it says. Not sticking to that, surprisingly. Actually, it says sterling, believe it or not. It says sterling and Elko sterling. So, that's surprising. The bracelet is sterling. I'm not sure about the charms. Charms look like, that one says 925. So some of these charms may be sterling. I'll go back and look at them better later, but none of them are sticking, so yeah, surprising. Nice clasp, well made. Another earring. This is kind of cute. These are plastic faceted and glass beads. That's kind of cute. No maker's mark. Does look like somebody made that. It does look like artistry jewelry. And I believe there's some pink beads in there that probably match this, but it is, looks like the facets look like, yeah, they look like they could be crystal. Yeah, they're very well cut, so they're crystals. I can see a clean, crisp edge on those, and I think there may be a necklace in there that matches, so hopefully we have the pair of that one, but no maker's mark on that. And I think we had one of these earlier with the little seed bead on the bottom. I don't see it now, but I'm pretty sure we had a mate to that, but we'll find it. And I'm going to leave that to the side. Pull some more junk out of here. Okay, a brooch. It does have a maker's mark. It says Napier. So nice, good costume jewelry. Well made. Silver tone, but well made. And this feels like plastic beads. This looks like a craft project. No maker's mark, and they are plastic beads. Okay, next we have a pendant. That's a nice pendant. It does have a mark on it. Let's see what it says. Norma Jean. So this is a Norma Jean necklace. I'm not sure how long Norma Jean's been around. I'll have to Google that. And a little ring. Kind of cool. Looks almost like a watchman. It's missing some stones. And it is not sticking, but I'm pretty sure it is not sterling. Okay, that has a broken clasp. That's easily fixed, and as you can see, that is definitely not sterling. Necklace or earring sticking to it. Definitely not sterling, but it is a, looks like maybe choker style necklace. Short anyway. Cute. Okay, here is the necklace that matched that earring I had a minute ago. That's a little chunky. What would it in Joan Brody say? This is her aunt's jewelry. Yeah, definitely. Now looking at this, yeah, I can see, even though it has crisp edges, this is plastic. It's not glass. The earring felt like it might be a crystal, but this is glass. It matches these earrings. I don't see, and they're sticking to, I don't see a maker's mark on it. It's pretty heavy. Probably would take that apart and use it as craft beads. Yeah, I don't think anybody would wear that, not these days. Okay, so I have another necklace. This one's kind of well made. It has crystal or quartz stones made out of some kind of quartz. It's got beads on it, shells. I think we might have had an earring earlier that matched this. Yeah, I think it's this. Has the, yeah, so no maker's mark that I can see. Copper, it's mostly copper, so that's kind of nice. It does look kind of 90s vintage maybe. Keep an eye out for the other necklace. Oh, yep, here's the other earrings. So we have a complete set there on the earrings. Those are kind of cute. I would wear those. I'm not sure about the necklace, but I would wear those earrings. Those are kind of cute. And next we have, I'm throwing stuff all over the place. Okay, we have a peridot colors seed bead necklace. And these are kind of getting popular again, so I might list this. But it's a shorter one, kind of a choker style, and I see one earring that matches it. So hopefully we get the full set. But there you go, nicely made. Nice clasp, lobster claw. Don't see any kind of markings anywhere. Oh. Yeah, sometimes they'll hide the, if it's 925, they'll hide it right on that part of the clasp there, so sometimes they can be hard to find, but I don't see anything there. And just a stretchy bracelet. This will be a craft project. Take these apart and use them for craft beads. And here is the mate to that, so we do have a full set there, so I might list that. And a choker style necklace. I don't see any maker's mark on that. It's not sticking, but I know it's definitely not sterling, but I will check it out because it is pretty tarnished. Okay, this is looks like malachite and azurite mixed stone. Looks like somebody made this almost looks like some kind of little Asian symbol on it, but it does look like azurite and malachite mix. No maker's mark, but cute little pendant. More earring. I think we had one of these earlier. There you go, another mate. And I believe I had one of these earlier too. Like I said, it's soldered here, so I think that is sterling, and it does look like it's an artisan piece. Here it is. Yeah, it's not sticking, so I think that might be sterling. Those are cute though. I would wear them. And next I have a pendant, or not pendant, but a brooch, and has rhinestones. Actually, they look like crystals. They have more sparkle than rhinestone. And it's made by JJ. I've actually seen this one in gold before. So those probably are crystals, because I think JJ uses mostly crystals too. And another plastic bead. I think we have one of those somewhere. Yep. Looks like they hooked me up. They definitely gave me pairs, and those are lightweight, so they would be comfortable to wear. And I actually found the pair of those. I think there's a matching necklace in there. These are plastic beads. No maker's mark. Okay, so I have a pair of earrings here, actually matching earrings. These are the ones that have what looks like they've been like dipped with 24 karat. Let me see, I know there's a necklace that matched this somewhere. Yes, there's a necklace. Nope, that's not it. There's a necklace in here somewhere that matches this one. Yeah, this. It's a necklace. So that's kind of a nice set. It did not have a maker's mark on it, but I will probably list that. And we're almost done here. Just a couple of beads. Oh, where'd that go? I lost that little stone somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, I saw this earlier. It looks like the rhinestones that are missing from that butterfly. So, yep, so that can be fixed. It's nice, missing rhinestones there. So anyways, that can be put back in there. Wish I had all of them, but the rest of them I can fix. Okay, so this is nice. This is a C. Stein, Catherine Stein. She makes mostly Southwest jewelry. She makes both silver and silver tone. So this is not, I can see C. Stein on it. It's not marked silver, so I would have to test it. I'm not sure whether she stamps hers or not. But it is tarnished, so it's probably at least silver plated. And it looks like I only have one of these. Hopefully I get the other one in another jar, but that's a nice earring. I like that. It's kind of big. I mean, it's a clip-on and it's kind of heavy, but clip-ons are really selling right now. People are buying those up because they're just harder to find, so when you can get them vintage ones online, people buy them up. Okay, so more tangles. Okay, more really chunky jewelry. This is a little too chunky for me, but I know people are starting to wear this. I think there was a pair of earrings earlier, yeah, that matched it. So we do have a set there. Don't know if it has a maker's mark. The chain is sticking, so it's definitely costume jewelry. And I do not see a maker's mark, but yeah, I would probably take that apart and use it as craft beads. And last but not least, I don't think there's a maker's mark on this, and as you can see it's sticking, so definitely not a precious metal. Kind of chunky. It would almost make a pair of earrings better than a necklace, but there you go. I don't think I would wear that, but you never know. To each his own. So that's everything from this jar. Okay, so that's it for this jewelry jar unjarring. I do have a couple more, as I said, and I will get to those in the next day or two and get them posted. I do have a storefront set up, and I will get the links to that. Anybody who saw anything that you are interested in, I will have it linked and where all of it will be posted, so you can purchase anything that you see. And I'll see you the next time on the Jewelry Nurse.